guys, it's Bro You Whack, and Blizzard is not always perfect, alright? Just like you, unfortunately, just like your e-girl that you have a huge crush on that's just gonna eventually leave you for a top 5. Blizzard doesn't always get things right on the first go-around, but admittedly, there haven't been a lot of glitches as of late compared to when Overwatch first came out, because it was just a glitch fest. There were heroes that were completely broken and like actually broken. Not just like the streamers and YouTubers say, oh, D.Va's broken, oh, Brigida's broken. No, like legit broken. Enough to where I wanted to do a top 5 video where we look at the most iconic glitches in Overwatch. Or according to you guys, this is what you wanted to see from last week's episode, because you love to meme on the poll. Like, the poll is not there for a meme, it's there for statistical reasons. God, I sound like a nerd. But while we're on the subject of my eternal suffering, let's vote in the top right-hand corner for next week's episode between the top 5 most unmeta heroes in Overwatch versus the top 10 best non-event emotes. A while ago, I did look at the top 10 best event emotes in Overwatch, but I knew later on down the road that I wanted to do non-event emotes because there are just so many good ones in the game. And when you look at that, the road has finally came, or not! Maybe we could finally do the top 5 most unmeta heroes in Overwatch, but knowing my luck, just like on Valentine's Day, I ain't gonna get that lucky. But while I'll be once again alone crying tonight, you can have an enjoyable day because now we're finally gonna be looking at the top 5 most iconic glitches in Overwatch. Now, what really makes a glitch iconic, in my personal opinion, how long it was in the game, how many people remember the glitch, and how it really impacted the game, and if it's still impacting heroes to this very day. That's exactly what makes a glitch iconic. And when I think about iconic glitches, there's no better way to start this list off than with the ROADHOG 1.0 hook. Now, I would say most people actually do remember this glitch because there were just so many ROADHOG hook montages on YouTube where ROADHOG was hooking Zenyatas and soldiers, just really anybody that was literally behind a wall. This was the first official broken hero, and actually broken. Not someone like Brigida during GOATS that was just opinionated broken. No. This was legit broken. So then Blizzard went to work to try to figure out how they can fix the hook, trying to figure out how they can make sure that a hook doesn't go through a wall, which is basically what they had to figure out. It's not that hard, guys. You just make sure that it can't go through a wall. It was a lot deeper than that. They had to figure out the coding whenever it came to hooking a target, but they also had the momentum of going behind a wall, trying to figure out how to break the hook, which is what we know of ROADHOG nowadays. After ROADHOG 2.0. It was really just a long drawn-out ordeal to the point where they had to make a whole entire separate patch into ROADHOG 3.0, which is what we know of ROADHOG nowadays, where if you break line of sight, it breaks off, where if you hit a wall, it's not anywhere close to a target, it won't actually hook the target. But before then, if you just threw a hook in the general direction of a target, yeah, you were probably gonna hook the Zenyatta behind the D.Va and behind the Reinhardt, and also still in the spawn. Like, that's how broken this thing was. But after all these patches, Bazas around the world no longer had a fear of ROADHOGs hooking them as Soldier around the corner, and Bro You Wacks lost a lot of SR because no longer were they good as ROADHOG. Rest in peace, my SR. But while many people were advocates for the original ROADHOG hook, this next glitch had absolutely no reason to be in the game because it was legit ruining Overwatch and ruining payload maps. This was Tracer's payload glitch. Once again, this was another glitch earlier on in Overwatch's life, but what would happen is that a Tracer would be playing on a payload map and they would go up to the tip of the at the front of the payload. They would stand there for about half a second and then walk away, and then they would wait for the enemy team to move the payload just a little bit, and then she would time it out very precisely to where she would recall inside of the payload. And what made this glitch so broken and infuriating for players is that technically you as Tracer were contesting the payload because you were in the vicinity of the payload. But the thing about Tracer is that her character build is so small and skinny that once she recalls inside the payload, she would just be covered up by the payload. There was nothing pushing her outside the payload. The only way that you can stop Tracer from contesting and actually kill her, because you couldn't kill her just by shooting the payload, is that you had to shoot her feet underneath the payload. But you wouldn't be able to tell that Tracer was contesting the payload like in the first 30 seconds because you're not looking for a Tracer inside the payload. Like, yeah, after the glitch, maybe you would be able to recognize it, but of course they would patch it right away so you wouldn't have to deal with this. But when players started to figure this out, well, no one suspected Tracer would be inside of there and that they would have to look underneath like, oh, let's check. Oh! there's some orange feet. Let's shoot. Like, no one's doing that. Like, you might be looking at gameplay and calling the players foreheads for not realizing that Tracer was in the payload, but honestly, the foreheads are Blizzard for letting this be in the game. And it wasn't even just payloads. Sometimes you can even do it with other objects, like with the bell on Hanamura. But before then, for a couple of days, Tracer was not only terrorizing straight boys by being gay, but also terrorizing them in-game by contesting the payload. But Blizzard was able to clean Tracer's act, and now you have to be respectful with contesting the payload with Tracer and using the sit emote in the general proximity of the payload. Because you can still kind of do this like on the first go around on Dorado or in the rose bushes on Rialto. You can just sit and be hidden, but not to the point where you're unkillable to where you have to look underneath and oh, shoot the feet. Like, that's just so stupid. But for the third most iconic glitch in Overwatch, I want to talk about a Lucio Ball glitch. Now, you know me, I love me some Lucio Ball because I absolutely love the competitive nature, but also hate it because this game mode makes me so toxic and tilted, and I don't know why, because it's freaking Lucio Ball, but it's just so easy. Just guard the goal and you can win. But something that was much more infuriating was when the first Lucio Ball came out, because this next glitch allowed you to switch heroes in Lucio Ball. All right, let me just switch onto other heroes that are not Lucio, that is not a Frog Boy, that is not a DJ, that is not the woo. You could play Reinhardt, you could play Diva, you could play anybody in Lucio Ball. I'm pretty sure that's illegal in 7 countries. Now, most of the time when it comes to Overwatch glitches, you have to be very precise, they're hard to pull off, specific things have to happen, but with this Lucio Ball glitch, you just have to wait for the ball to get scored and then spam H just like you would in the spawn rooms of regular games. So, as soon as a goal was scored, all the Coomers went to their keyboard and just... I got Reinhardt! And as soon as you got another hero, you were free to do anything you wanted. That including kill all the enemy Lucios on the enemy team. You know, the Lucios that have no way of shooting back or healing themselves. Like, when you really think about it, you can go into the game browser right now and turn off any hero in the game lobby. So why didn't they do that to begin with when they brought Lucio Ball into Overwatch? It's probably one of those things where they didn't account for people, well, switching heroes because, again, it's illegal. So they probably just like, well, you can't switch heroes in Lucio Ball, so we won't have to turn them off. Well, guess what? People were able to switch on to heroes into Lucio Ball. They realized their mistake, quickly fixed it, but not until several Lucios that were just trying to make it out of the country by playing some football, trying to make their city proud, died playing football. Poor Lucio. This is the only time we ever see Overwatch players making an effort to switch. That is such a corny joke. But I've been talking about a lot of old glitches lately. How about one that just recently happened, consisting of maze walls? But not just one glitch, 3 whole glitches, and probably other ones that I forgot to list, but this is maze wall glitch. So I'm sure most of us have heard of the fun May wall glitch where May put a wall on the piano and it just kind of went on its side. Now that's a good kind of glitch because that really doesn't affect the gameplay. But then you have another May wall glitch where if you put a vertical wall right outside the spawn room on a control map and you get on top of it and you drop, you're able to be diagonal. And for whatever reason, you're able to have a super jump. And I ain't talking about that basic Mercy super jump. No, I'm talking about one where you just float high in the sky and continue to float. And you don't ever drop down for like a good 5 seconds. That honestly just made all the gays and e-girls wet from watching that super jump. But if we're talking about iconic May glitches, we gotta go all the way back to when Eco Point Antarctica first came out, because Blizzard didn't really account for Mays being able to wall themselves up into the roof of the building and being able to wiggle their way into this nice little cubby where they're able to shoot the enemies and the enemy isn't able to shoot them. This is kind of similar to the Tracer glitch because you're able to have something that kind of clips you into an area that you're not supposed to be in. But what makes this worse than the Tracer glitch is that you aren't able to die in any sort of way. At least with Tracer, they can see that you're there and at least kill you or at least use an ultimate. But when it came to this glitch, there was no way getting to you, but you can get to everybody and just draw out the game. May was already hated at this time, but because of this glitch, it just threw people over the edge with May. They wanted May deleted from the game, not just because of the glitch, but because she's annoying. But if we want to talk about annoying glitches, then let's talk about the #1 spot. Flankers and DPS players alike absolutely hate this glitch because it just ruins their time in Overwatch, but e-girls and gays absolutely love this because this is the Mercy Super Jump. Now, if you guys don't know what a Mercy Super Jump is, or just a Super Jump, because this is more to do than just with Mercy Super Jump, it also consists of like Doomfist, for example, but what you're able to do is basically manipulate the game engine to allow you to jump higher than what you're supposed to be able to do. And in the case of Mercy, what you're supposed to do is glitch yourself very slightly under the map by being able to crouch and fly towards a target and very carefully timing out the time that you jump to send you high into the sky. I made a whole entire video of how to do a Mercy Super Jump on console, and Hoshi did one on PC if you want to look at the details for that. But I can't really explain to you the coding or how this really makes Mercy jump higher into the sky, but point is, you have to drag yourself slightly underneath the map to be able to, well, glitch you high into the sky. But what makes this a glitch to begin with is that you're not necessarily supposed to be able to do this. You're supposed to fly to a target or just being able to jump. But the thing is though, this is very, very, very advantageous for Mercy, that only good Mercy players that learn this trick are able to pull it off to begin with, but it gives her a little form of protection. So it's like, yeah, you're technically not supposed to do this glitch, but it's a feature about Mercy that makes it a good part about her. But the same could easily be said for Doomfist, because you do that same Overwatch game engine manipulation when it comes to edges or curves. Because what happens is that you go and punch something with Doomfist, and as long as it's not a vertical wall, if it's diagonal or curve, the trajectory of whatever it is gonna send you in that same direction, giving you the effect of a Doomfist super jump, so that you don't have to use your abilities like your uppercut to be able to get at that higher level of wherever you're trying to get at. But once again, just like the Mercy super jump glitch, only good Doomfist players are gonna be able to pull this off because they have to spend hours not only practicing that, but they also have to know the spots on the numerous maps that we have in the game. So just like Mercy, is this a glitch? Well, absolutely, because you're only supposed to go in a straight line with Doomfist's punch, but it's a feature about him that makes you a better player as long as you actually take the time to learn that feature about him. Not everybody can pull it off, which is why this makes it a glitch, yes, but makes it, word to Bob Ross, a happy glitch. A glitch is not intended to be left in a video game, so when it comes to ROADHOG's hook, yeah, you're not supposed to be able to pull a LUCIO through 3 walls because that's not how physics works, and that's just unfair. But when it comes to Mercy's and Doomfist's super jump, yeah, that's not physically possible and you're not supposed to do that, but I mean, it works, it's good. Is anybody crying? Yeah, DPS players that can't get these heroes. But whether you're a DPS player that's getting mad at these e-girls that are super jumping away from you as Tracer, or you're a ROADHOG player that wants to go back to ROADHOG 1.0, we all can agree that glitches are infuriating. But for me, man, they're fun. I don't know why. They're very entertaining because it's just so funny. I don't know why. Just seeing unintended things in video games, they're happy mistakes. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know of any other glitches that I forgot in the comment section below. And maybe in the future, I'll do another top 5 iconic glitches in Overwatch, because there's more than just 5 glitches. I promise you. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.